Welcome to the next video on the conversion for the electric Sentra, the Nissan Sentra 2004 to electric. And I just want to show the progress of what I'm working these days. The first thing I'm working on is to replace the current power steering system that the car has, which is an electric hydraulic, with this, which is pure electric power steering assisted system. This came from a Saturn View, and then there's a company called powersteering.com that sells this little module which connects to these electric motors, and what they do is that they let you use this off the market, and this has a potentiometer that is used to calibrate how much assistance you need, more or less. This is a much better system, and I showed how it works in a previous video. This is a much better system what I have now, because even though it works okay, an electric hydraulic system is noisy, and it bothers me because these electric cars are very quiet, and then there's the noise of a power steering. So this is going to make a much better system. I'm in the process of implementing this in the car. The second thing I'm working or I install is I installed a mirror which is doubles as the recording camera. So it records the road, and it also has a reverse camera, which is just it records the back of the car while I'm driving, but it also doubles as a reverse camera. And the third and most important thing that I'm working on is since I don't have a battery anymore, since I don't have an accessories battery, what I really have is capacitors, and you can see them here. I wanted to monitor my 12-volt system. This is the DC to DC converter, which is charging these capacitors, which in turn powers the electronics of the car. And I don't have, since I don't have that battery, which has a little more storage than capacitors, I wanted to install a little voltmeter, which is this. These systems are very cheap. This voltmeter is extremely small, very efficient, and very accurate. And then got me thinking. These voltmeters are about $1.40 each, including shipping, so extremely inexpensive. What I'm going to do is I come every 2 weeks, every week, every 2 weeks, depending on my availability, and I come and check each one of the batteries voltage. So yeah, every 2 weeks I come, remove the leads, and I test the battery voltages. For example, this 4.9, and this is 4.9, 4.4, 4.9, 4.10, and I do this to make sure that none of the batteries is way lower in voltage or way higher in voltage, because that's the main problem that the batteries can have. If one of the batteries gets damaged or is short circuit or something, and one of the batteries in the pack gets considerably lower or higher than the rest, they get out of balance, you can run into problems like damage in the package, or even worse, fires like the one Jack Rickard had in his shop, because one of the cells probably was really low. And then, even though I check the voltages for all the system every 2 weeks, a lot of things can happen in 2 weeks. Actually, a lot of things can happen in 1 hour or even a few minutes. So what I'm working on now, since these uh, micro voltmeters are so small and so cheap, um, I decided to put one of these in each one of the sets of the batteries that are in series. The ones in parallel are going to balance each other, but the ones in series, you can get these micro voltmeters for about $1 to $1.25 each. I even found two different types. This one type is a little bigger, but this is a type with three cables, which is negative, positive, and the signal, the place where you want to measure. The other kind has just two cables. They work for powering this and also for the signal. And you just connect them through the positive and negative, and they'll tell you more or less in an accurate manner what's the voltage of that battery. So what I'm thinking about doing is installing all this in a piece of plastic like this, and I should be able to install, for example, all the micro voltmeters that I need for a package, for a Nissan Leaf package, in a single piece of plastic like this. I should be able to put 32. I need 32 because I have 16 batteries in 3 in parallel, but I have 16 batteries. So there's one in series in each package, so I need 32 of this. So for $32 or close to 40, I'll be able to put all this in a board this size and measure the package all the time, like seeing all the batteries all the time, the voltage, and I can then check all the batteries every day before I go to charge, and that way I will know right away if something's wrong before I charge. Now, I originally was going to leave this on each one of the batteries, but then I realized that since this may have different resistance, internal resistance, this may be the cause of this balance eventually, as they are going to be connected all the time. So I decided not to have this connected all the time. Therefore, I bought a set of microcontrollers, micro relays. So I'm going to have this just connected on demand. And I was also analyzing where can I install this. I was originally going to install it here somewhere, but then I don't want to open the hood and the trunk every time I need to check my batteries, which is every day. Once this is all connected, I can check this every day, right before charging. So what I decided to do is I got all this cable. I got a bunch of cables. That's also very inexpensive, and I'm just gonna put this meter inside of the car. I haven't decided yet where, but it's going to be in the dashboard where I can see it. It should be really very fine to do that. Why am I doing this? I don't really want to install a BMS because the cells do not seem to need a BMS. I've seen very little variation between cells to cells. I don't know if this is because these cells are made in Japan and they have better quality than the ones in China, made in China. But I just balanced these cells originally the first time, and I haven't need to balance the cells at all. They keep just the same voltage with each other, and even between two packages in parallel. I have two sets of Nissan Leaf batteries in this car, and they are balanced all the time, so it doesn't look like I need a BMS, but I do need a monitoring system. And this